ABL, or Anthony Brian Logan, recently did a video defending Candace Owens. In that video, he made some reasonable statements. But the question I have is, are those statements accurate? Are they true? Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. This stemmed from a video that Kwame Brown, the retired NBA player, had made in which he mentioned Candace Owens. Let's take a look at that video.
Motherfuckers need to stop blaming white folks. You're sick in the inside. The main ones out there making all that noise, hooting and hollering for black people, disagree with them and watch what they do to you. Watch what they try to do. Watch what they say to you. Watch how they talk to you, black man. Just disagree with them and watch how they talk to you. Candace Owens black, and I ain't heard a person sat down and had a healthy dialogue with this woman yet. I watched them put this woman up on a stage, and she's a black woman, but she ain't the black woman that you want to hear from. But she makes some valid points that I would like to hear someone challenge and argue with, just the point and not the person. If what I'm saying is wrong, educated people should be able to be emotionally strong enough to sit there and hear somebody's point. You teaching at colleges to not like people. That's not the debates that I used to see. When I grew up, a debate was about the content, the message. You see, two people say their point of view, and we see who got the most facts in it. Now, as soon as a person walk in the room, shit! Who the fuck is that? Get him out of here! Call 911! Oh my God! Oh, almost there! Almost fainted. You ain't gonna make it through life. If that's what you gotta do, the fuck is wrong with you? The sight of a person does that to you?
But I also want to deal with what Kwame Brown said, but that will be in a separate video. Because I think his critiques, and not of Candace Owens, but of the way Candace Owens is treated, are different, are distinct, and have a different motivation than ABL's, Anthony Brian Logan's, critiques of how Candace Owens is treated. But let's take a look at what Anthony Brian Logan had to say.
And this happens a lot to those of us on the right, or anyone that the mainstream media disagrees with, anyone that a regular normally on the street disagrees with. You get met with hate. Rather than trying to attack what you say with their facts, with their figures, rather than trying to do that, they want to attack you. If you dislike her, so go ahead and try to attack what she says. Talk about the substance of the argument rather than trying to attack her. You know, they want to attack you because they can't attack what you're saying. But let's sit down and have a conversation. If what I said is wrong and it's so off base, let's talk about it.
You see, yes, I agree with Anthony Brian Logan, which is probably something you're surprised to hear, that some of the criticisms of Candace Owens are ridiculous. They're juvenile. Talking about her hair, her edges. By the way, I actually Googled what that means, and because, yeah, I'm a dude. Like, why would I know what edges are? But I understand what they're talking about now. Of course, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's not of relevance what her hair looks like if you're upset about her political positions. You can talk about her political positions without saying, "Oh, well, her hair doesn't look good. She's ugly. She's stupid. You know, she smells bad." Like, seriously, these are the most ridiculous and juvenile types of attacks that I haven't heard the smells bad, but those types of ridiculous attacks serve no purpose and don't actually get to the heart of the issue. But let's remember, these attacks that don't deal specifically with the issue are not just something that we have to criticize when they're directed from somebody towards the Candace Owens. See, if you're a Candace Owens supporter, remember, you have to keep that same energy when you're dealing with people on the right, directing it towards the left. So if you don't like LeBron James' stance on police, it's perfectly reasonable to say, oh, okay, let me deal with this stance. But to say that he's an idiot, he can't read, Anthony Brian Logan, that's juvenile. That makes no sense. Just to say things, just to insult people because you disagree with their positions. Cardi B, to say that nobody would want their daughters to be like Cardi B is absolutely ridiculous. She's a multimillionaire who is famous, successful, is married with children. There are plenty of people who want their children, who would be thrilled if their children turned out like Cardi B. Let's keep stuff in perspective. If you want to attack the argument, attack the argument. But let's talk about his argument. Because, like I said, the critiques of Candace Owens that are based on her looks and just frivolous stuff that aren't germane or relevant to the topics that, or the political disagreements that people have, serve no purpose. In fact, they make the people making those critiques look like they don't have any substance behind their anger, behind what they're saying. Almost as if they can't challenge it. That's what it makes you look like. So, I agree with Anthony Brian Logan. If you have a critique of Candace Owens, if you disagree with her positions, attack the positions. However, there is something that Anthony Brian Logan said that I have to take issue with. He said that people should be willing to debate Candace Owens. And I would say, well, that also means that Candace Owens has to be willing to debate them. You see, some people like to yell into echo chambers. Some people like to preach to the choir. The question you have to ask is Candace Owens willing to accept challenges and requests for debate? So if we're going to talk about the left, there are people from the left who have been willing to debate Candace. In fact, MSNBC had Candace on to talk about various topics. I was just saw an interview with her. This is from some time ago, but Harry Melvin. And then I also remember the interview that she did on MSNBC where she was opposite Michael Eric Dyson. The interesting thing about her debate with a panel with Michael Eric Dyson is that she started off trying to run from Michael Eric Dyson. She was brought onto the channel to have a debate with somebody. And quite frankly, I don't think she knew who she was going to debate, because sometimes when you do a panel, they just let you know, hey, you're going to be doing a panel and this is the topic. They let you know the general topic. So you're not completely unaware of what you're going to be talking about, but you don't know exactly who the other panelists are going to be. Michael Eric Dyson, whether you disagree with him or not, is a very skilled debater. He's a skilled speaker. He is a skilled debater. He is a wordsmith. So if you are going to go up against Michael Eric Dyson, and Jordan Peterson found this out, you better come correct. You better be prepared. Candace Owens was not prepared. I find that to be a theme with Candace Owens. But ultimately, there are several people who have challenged Candace Owens to debate. Now, to be fair, Candace Owens has challenged people to debate. She has challenged people like Cardi B, a rapper, to debate, political debate. She has challenged people like Chris Evans, an actor, to political debate. People that Candace Owens did not want to debate, people like Kyle Kulinski, the co-founder of Justice Democrats, political commentator. And her excuse at the time was, well, I don't know him and he's too small for her to debate. Coincidentally, the following Politicon, Charlie Kirk debated Kyle Kulinski. Just to keep that in perspective. Additionally, you have somebody like a David Pakman, another political pundit, YouTuber, who has quite a large following, has offered to debate her repeatedly. Repeatedly. Like when she offered to debate AOC, and she offered to donate money to charity, campaigns, whatever. AOC declined. AOC, well, just didn't respond. But David Pakman was one of the individuals that said, well, I'll debate you for free. Candace Owens has continued to decline. So I get the point that people should be willing to debate Candace Owens instead of criticizing her, but Candace Owens has to be willing to debate them as well. And the point is, it's not just the left. You see, people on the right have also criticized what Candace Owens says, the things she purports to believe. People on the right like Sonny Johnson, who has repeatedly challenged Candace Owens and whom Candace Owens appears to be running from. So when you have a conservative commentator who has her own radio show saying, hey, I want to debate you, but you're not willing to debate them and you are running, that kind of undermines the complaint that people are not willing to debate you, and they just want to make fun of you and call you names.
That's something they try to do right there. They try to say, oh, well, she's married to a white man, so she's a X, Y, and Z racial slur. They say the same thing about Brandon Tatum because he's married to a white woman.
There's a point I realized that I initially disagreed with and thought that Anthony Brian Logan was wrong. Now, yes, there are no doubt that there are some people who are criticizing Candace Owens because she's married to a white man. There are people who have criticized Brandon Tatum because he is married to a white woman. However, that charge has been falsely leveled. Brandon Tatum himself falsely leveled that charge against fellow conservatives, fellow black conservatives, when they actually disagreed with him on issues. So that is why I initially said to myself, and while watching this video, oh, that's not true. No, there are people who do that. However, that criticism, that claim of racism is being falsely leveled at certain people. So that's something that definitely needs to be calling out. Anthony Brian Logan playing the race card, or correctly, Brandon Tatum playing the race card against fellow black conservatives because he cannot defend his positions. And so he must try to smear people who are disagreeing with his positions. I also think it's important to note that the left has platformed Candace Owens. So if you, as I mentioned, if you look at the MSNBC interviews, as well as the Revolt interviews, where she actually was part of a panel where you had T.I., you had Killer Mike, you had people from various sides of the aisle coming together to discuss. And I think that was a great thing. The criticism there is not properly leveled at T.I. or Killer Mike. Like T.I. mentioned during that panel, I want to like you. But what you're saying, and I'll paraphrase, what you're saying is what I have a problem with. So you see, right now, ABL's defense of Candace Owens is coming off as kind of playing victim. Candace Owens has been given multiple opportunities to defend the ideas. Oftentimes, she fails to defend those ideas because she doesn't want to step into the arena against somebody who is competent and skilled at discussing the ideas. She will have no problem entering into an arena with somebody who just has an opinion and no political expertise. See, trying to pick and choose who you want to debate because you think you can beat them is not the position of somebody who actually has strength, confidence, and knowledge of their own positions. No, there are many people that are willing to debate Candace Owens. The question is Candace Owens willing to debate them? Thank you for checking out this episode. As always, don't forget to give me the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.